So here's the top ways you can actually start tracking KOLs and how good somebody's calls is, how many X's they're getting, how much money they're actually making their community. Because if you're new to trading and you still don't really know what you're doing, one of the best ways to actually start making money in the markets is really just to start tracking really good KOLs. You find a KOL that gives X's, you make money, they make a good call. It's a win-win. So there's a few ways you can start tracking them. There's a lot more ways than this, but this is probably just 3 ways that I highly recommend. Number 1 is with GMGN. I'll have the links for every platform I'm talking about down below. Once you click it, you're going to hover over to copy trade up here. Then you're going to go to top callers. These are KOLs calling certain projects. So if you see number 1 right here, best multiplier 54x. That means if you put 1 grand into this coin, you would have made $54,000. When you click it, going to open up here, going to show out his call outs. This is where you want to look. Call outs. Check my Twitter. So he called this, I think 9 days ago. He did a 1.4x. He called this 19 days ago. He got a 11x. This one he called 24 days ago. He got a 4.2x. So this guy looks like he doesn't call out too many things. Those are the type that I like to look for myself. Personally, I like to look for traders that don't call out 10, 20 projects every single day because they're just going for more volume rather than like value and good projects. They're going for more volume. I'm looking more for value rather than volume. So guy looks like he calls maybe just a few coins a month. I would highly recommend following this guy, and then you can pretty much just click track right here. So you just click track, and then you can set up notifications where it lets you know whenever he calls something. And then you can see second place here, for example. So this guy looks like he calls something every few days, 10x, 2.2x, 2.4x. He seems pretty solid too. He's number 2 of alts in the past 30 days. And then you can just pretty much just go through here, best multipliers, their average multipliers, how often they're getting 2x's. So if you go around, let's say, look at this guy, 66% minimum on a 2x every time he calls something. So 66% of the time you're going to 2x your money. That's not bad. That's pretty good odds. I would highly recommend checking that out right there. Another great way you can check is through pump.fund. They have a feature called call out as well. A lot of people don't know about this one right now. It's quite new. You can see their top callers, number 1, number 2, number 3. So if you click his profile, you can see, go hover over to 2x, to average multiplier 2.8x, best call 18x. Then you can just go through his call outs, multipliers, his multipliers 1.5x, 1.3x, 1.2x. You get the gist. Can back out. It's pretty much like the other one. You can see the leaderboard on best call outs, hit rates, their coins are talking. Pretty much just like GMGN. It's another great platform so you can see for the call out. Now, a third platform, and this one is the one I personally use the most, and they just came out and they just had a huge update, and that is Kofi. GMGN and pump.fund, their main thing is just trading, and they have this on the side. So this isn't their main focus. Kofi is their actual main focus, is tracking KOLs and how well they do and how much they actually make their communities. So for example, a lot of people, let's say somebody with a lot of motion in the space, right? He calls a token and something. He calls a token and it instantly goes up hundreds of thousands in market caps, millions of market cap, right? But how much money are their traders actually making? That is the question you want to ask yourself, because a lot of times somebody might have a lot of motion. He calls a token and it instantly 10x's, and you get the most dog shit entry of your entire life, and you get filled up exactly at the top. That happens a lot in the space, and that happens so much more than you think, and you don't really know how much these KOLs are actually making their community. So Kofi actually solves that problem. If you go into an actual KOL, you can see how much his community's actually making, community portfolio. So you can switch it from his personal portfolio to a community portfolio. This is how much his community actually is making in dollars, $108 from his calls. So you can see 2.6x, 3.4, 23x, 7.7. You can hover 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days. This guy called called an 86x. At one point, this was 11 days ago. He was the first caller calling at a 9K market cap. A 9K market cap. So if we click on it, you can see his little photo right here. He called this for his community at June 14th at 5 p.m. right here. That's what the chart was looking like. So if we click on it, you can see we could put it. And this shit is actually ripping right now. He was the first caller. Look what all the other KOLs are calling right now. They're calling way after. And honestly, these guys are probably just getting paid for this. You can tell this guy didn't get paid for this. He actually liked the project. Shit, 9K market cap. He might have launched it. Who knows? Doesn't really matter because the shit is mooning. It's at 800, bro. Look at that. 800K. I don't even know what this is, but it's fucking mooning. So yeah, it would have been an 80 something X your money. If you would have put $1,000, you would have been up almost 100 grand right now. So that's the really cool part about this platform, which is Kofi. This one is completely free to use. I'll have the link down below somewhere so you guys can check it out. Like I said, there's a lot of other cool features. You can hover over to tokens. These are like trending tokens. Trending tokens is like what a lot of KOLs are calling at the moment. So you can see what people are calling in real time, how much motion they have, how good are their calls, how many X's they have. So this is the platform I'm personally using the most. I think it's the best out of the three that I just showed you. You can hover over to KOLs. You don't see a lot of KOLs yet because this platform just had a massive update. So a lot of KOLs are going to start getting onboarded. You can see here on the leaderboards, the feed, what KOLs are calling what. So you can see right here, if you check it out. This guy just called right here. They can write their own thing. It's kind of like FOMO, but better in my opinion. Subscribe. You go over to your subscribe. So personally, I'm following certain callers that I think are just like bangers, bro. They be posting bangers. This guy, he made his community $300. I would personally follow this guy. He's really good. This was his last one. I actually made money on that one. KOLs are probably one of the best ways so you can start tracking them, make their communities the most money. Like I said, Kofi is probably one of the best ones, but all three are pretty good. I use all three, but Kofi I use the most. I'm going to have the links down below somewhere, and make sure you subscribe and follow to see more videos like this. All right, guys.